All right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Summers Woodworking Show. We are on the big season 4, episode 25. And here we are in December. So we'll have some chilly conversation, I'm sure. It's Texas, so you never know what kind of chili it's going to be. But we're in open discussion format tonight. So any of y'all sitting out there in the chat session, please throw some questions out. Think of something good or creative and we'll see how we get to it tonight. But we'll start with Donald here real quick and let him introduce himself. Like y'all don't know who he is, but we'll get started and go from there.
Hello, I'm Donald Matthews, also known as Donald Vlogify. My YouTube channel is Donald Vlogify's Wood Shop. Instagram, Twitter, and all that, Facebook, all that on the YouTube channel. And I got a website called redneckknowhow.com. And that's me.
Well, there you go. All right. Shane, Shelly, I'll say hi real quick.
Hi, everyone. Shelly Cole here. Some of you know me as Mom. I have the YouTube channel, Know What Mom Knows. And you can find me on Facebook as Know What Mom Knows. Also Shelly Cole. And let's see, Instagram is Know What Mom Knows. Twitter is Know What Mom Tweets. And a few others. I'm just known as Know What Mom Knows pretty much everywhere. So hi.
I think you should go back and see if Mom on Twitter is available as a name. That way you got it covered.
Mom on Twitter.
Mom on Twitter. And then you can just say, I'm Mom on Twitter. And then you never have to worry about being correct.
Mom on Twitter. I like that. Mama, I'll check it out. That would be
you never know. Somebody's going to go out and grab it right now and then try to sell it back. Why do you say it on the air? So, Shane?
Well, my name is Shane. You can find me everywhere under Shane's Hobby Shop. Very simple, short, to the point. That's me. Shane's Hobby Shop. Go look, find me.
He'll be there. All right. Go ahead there. Jimmy, and say hi. Sorry.
Yeah. My name is James Jacob, and I run the YouTube channel Shogun Jimmy. And on all the basic social networks, I'm under Shogun Jimmy. That's where you guys could find me.
So. Catch up any stragglers that show up here in the next few minutes, because stragglers, they're going to be late, but that's all right. We still love everybody. So did I say my name? I'll say it again. I'm Shannon, and you can find me under Fat Guy in a Little Shop on Facebook and Instagram, and then my name's Shannon Fargo under YouTube. And I got to get back to making videos here soon, but we're open discussion tonight. So we were having a little conversation just before we came on the air here about experiences and lack of experience in the how do we say it, retail world. So we'll start with a little adventure and give you a chance to think of something that you may have had happen to you in the aisles of either color store, because they come in multiple colors, not just all orange or blue, but you never know. I'm sure we all have a good one there. And I'm trying to think. I had a debate with a guy one time, and I can't think of what it was now. I thought, that'd be a great story to start off with, and I just went blank on it. So, we're starting off to a really great start.
Interesting. You should mention going into one of the stores and having somebody kind of look at you clueless.
Well, I'm thinking more of not looking at someone clueless, more as having someone look at you clueless about your question. I can grab them real quick. Someone tap dance for a second. Hold on. Okay. All right. I have been using these. I'm sorry. Oh, look at that. See? Speak of late arrivers, and there he is. Hello, Russell. Go ahead and say hi real quick. I'll get back to my story.
Oh, sorry. I was having computer issues for some reason.
You know, that seems to be the theme tonight. So,
Yeah, it was. I don't think it was updating, but I think it was doing some kind of scan because it took forever for it to boot. But I'm Russ Clarity. You can find me under Simply Wooden Creations on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. Just type in Simply Wooden Creations on Google and you'll see me.
and poof, there he is. All right. So what we're doing was to catch up. We're open discussion tonight because we're winging it at the moment. And I had a debate with a guy the other day. And, well, I'll cover up their name so that you don't see the but these little rubber pads, I've been using them on and off now for different cutting boards. It's like $2.50 or something for a package of them. I know I could buy a bucket of them on the internet for, you know, probably $1, but I do believe in supporting my local hardware store. And so I've been picking these up now and again. And they're just called little rubber pads. And I couldn't think of that name. And so I was calling them little rubber feet. You know, there's 4 of them there in the package. And I was calling them rubber feet. And the guy just kept looking at me funny. And we kept going back to like the little plastic caps you put in the end of like a metal chair, like a metal folding chair. They have those little plastic inserts that go in there. He kept thinking something like that. Well, you know, a little piece of plastic that's actually off my little handheld planer, but I figured it would work. And terminology. Has anybody else found that because you call a thing, you've always known a thing by a certain name, that you never think it has a fancier name? Am I saying that the right way?
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Well, for me, before I got into woodworking, sawdust really wasn't a name for me. It was wood fibers. And when Shane would first start getting into woodworking, I was coughing really bad one day, and he goes, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Oh, I got wood fibers stuck in my throat." And he was laughing hysterically at me. So wood fibers is kind of the name for me for sawdust way back then. Now I call it sawdust, of course. Wood fibers.
Yeah. And also, I'm sure everybody's fallen under this time or two. Think about when you first started woodworking with your grandpa, what did he use? A skill saw. It's always been a skill saw. Go grab a skill saw. But now everybody makes it now, so it's no longer a skill saw. That's the name brand. It's a circular saw. But yeah, do you say go grab a circular saw and cut that plywood? No, you say go grab a skill saw and cut that plywood. But you might have a DeWalt skill saw. So yeah, it's kind of hard to get away from the name skill saw.
Yeah.
The same thing. I've always called them jigsaws. Every once in a while, I run across somebody that calls it a saber saw. And I'm like, oh, what? I have to think about it for a minute. It's a jigsaw.
It's good to know I'm not the only one. Any other ones?
I said, you know, it's funny that you showed those rubber feet because those are the exact same feet that I use on mine cutting boards. I mean, the exact ones.
Yeah. Well, it calls it here rubber pads, but if you turn it around in the back, the guy kept saying, "Well, you want bumpers?" No, I don't want a bumper. What do I want a bumper for? You know, because I'm thinking something bigger, or those little doing, 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 doing things that you screw into the wall.
Right.
Your door bounces off of. I'm not going to make a pogo stick cutting board. That's kind of cool, though. Now that I say it out loud.
Yeah. We actually bought a bunch of those after I built a fruit basket for Mom, and that's what I put down for feet on it, just so the wood wouldn't be sitting down or anything scoring up the table. And after I used it, we fell in love with them, so we went back to the store, and I think we bought about 10 packages of them. Haven't used them yet, but we got them for whenever we do need them.
We will.
One day. You never know.
Yeah.
All right. I was trying to get the chat back up on the other link. Is anybody got the other one up?
I sure don't.
Yeah, I'm in the chat room, yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
in the chat.
Has anybody fired off anything yet?
Wood Frontier is also saying skill saw and jigsaw have jacked up naming. So, yeah, I do agree with you on that. Mark Lindsay said, I worked at a hardware store the first time a guy came in looking for a freeze-proof silcock. I split for the back room and reevaluated my career choice.
I don't know. I don't know if somebody could have asked for that, and I would have kept a straight face the whole time. So
no.
I'll be the 12-year-old that just admits it.
I'd have got fired for taking that when you're running with it.
yeah, that's definitely there. John, go ahead and say hi to everybody. You snuck in there on us, but that's all right. We still love you anyway.
Hi, everybody. It's John Schaffner up here in Central New York. You can find me on Facebook under my name and my YouTube channel under my name. Thank you very much for having me.
You getting any snow up there yet?
We had, about a week ago, we had 16 inches.
I want to see that this year.
That was just a flurry.
That's a lot.
Sorry, John. I think a while ago I just went out and checked ours, and honestly, I don't even think we got a quarter inch yet. It just barely comes.
Early December.
We might get 16 inches of ice this year.
Yeah, that's the winter wonderland for us too, is ice. Although, I'm trying to remember, what was it, 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago, we had severe thunderstorms on, was it Christmas Eve day. We had severe thunderstorms. We had tornadoes that night. And then it rained all day Christmas Day. And then it got cold and snowed. And we were ready to move at that point because it was just too weird all at once. But
you live in North Carolina, man?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? Yeah, there's something about this little region of the country that just gets the wackiest weather.
We'll get all that in
it's never predictable. So,
well,
here yesterday, like 75, and last night it dropped down to 30 something.
Dang. We actually lucked out, though. We had a snowstorm coming towards us, what, about 3-4 days ago now?
Yeah.
And just on the east side of us, it is a Bismarck, and they was getting hammered badly by snow. So I was telling Mom, we're going to have to buckle down because we're fixing to get hit hard. No, by the time it got to us, it literally went around our town, and then it hit Fargo, which is just on the other side of us, and it hammered them.
Yeah.
Like I said, right now we just barely got a thin coat of snow on the ground. I can still see grass. But everybody else around us got hammered. So we lucked out big time.
It's crazy how that happens.
Yeah.
Up here where I live right off the east end of Lake Ontario. And we get a lot of lake effect snow. And, I mean, we can get, a couple of feet here, drive 30 miles south of here, and it's sunny and mild and nice. You go 40 miles north of here, it's sunny and mild and nice. But we're getting buried. So, gotta love that lake effect.
John, you probably got hit by that storm that literally went around us then.
I haven't seen any snow since last weekend. We had like 16 inches last weekend. But that's
this is just a couple of days ago, maybe. At the most, yeah.
It's all gone now.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a weather report in. I guess sports is next. All right. So did we finish up with wackiness of visiting a store of massiveness?
But I got a little story I'll tell.
Okay.
A few years ago, I walked into Lowe's, which is only a short distance from me. I was looking for, Gorilla Glue or something. I was in the glue aisle, and there's a guy in there, and he was an older fella. Well, he's older than me anyway. And he was wondering about different kinds of glues and whatnot. And we got yakking back and forth. We probably stood there for good 20 minutes, half an hour talking about glues. All the while, the guy that works at Lowe's is standing there going, okay, yeah, that's good to know. Yep. I mean, half an hour later, I had given 2 guys lessons on different types of glues, how to use them, and stuff like that. And that comes. I mean, years ago, I used to work for Woodworkers Warehouse, and I guess that comes from that. So
it's when that guy busts out the notepad and starts going, "Really? That's when you know, oh, yeah, you're just a stocking glue out here."
Shannon, I can actually see you doing that too.
I can.
Writing the note or
yeah, writing the notes. Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
you put it where?
on wood. You say on wood, not beside the wood. On the wood. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You know, you got to entertain yourself now and again. I've been doing training for close to 20 years now, and every once in a while you still get somebody who they're just unsure of their skill set. Is it something intimidating when you go into a classroom setting? I mean, you might be the best technician out in the shop. You know, you can tear anything apart, put it back together, whatever. But you go into a classroom, and a lot of times it's intimidating for people, just because it is. I've gotten used to it, so I don't care, and that's just my nature to be ornery. But every once in a while, somebody will in class they'll let themselves be known that they're slightly intimidated by what's going on, and that's a bad thing to do around me because I have too much fun with it. But that's like a lot of career fields. You're never the guy that shows weakness in front of anybody, because then you're the I can't use the right word that I need to for it here on the air, but let's just say you become everybody's target. It's probably the best word.
See, I'm the one that sits there waiting for the teacher to screw up because it's over with.
Yeah.
It ain't long before I get booted out.
If I had a nickel for every time I've done that, it's you get to thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead because you know where you want to take everybody in the discussion. And then you miss a key point, and then somebody in the back, hey, what about the thing? And then you're all, the thing, yeah, I was testing to see if you knew about the thing, if anybody was going to correct me. Oh. It never works. You can try, but you're not going to.
Hey, since it's an open discussion, can we bash stores we don't like? Uh-oh.
I think he's gone.
He locked up.
Yeah, I think I heard a pin drop.
Yeah, dang, Russ, you really got him mad.
Really?
He was shocked by your question.
Yeah.
He must have been.
See, this is why I'm on the show only periodically. Brian has to have all this time to forget what I've done and then go, we haven't seen from Shannon in a while. We should call him up. And then on the air, and then So I'll see everybody in like March, April, something like that.
You're even here only periodically during the show.
Yeah, with my internet connection. Yeah, I'm hoping it holds out for the next what are we at, 40 minutes left now? So after that, it can crash all it wants to. I just need 40 more minutes of internet.
Anyway, did you hear my question?
I did not. I'm sorry.
I said since it sounds like you can you're bashing that place. Can I bash a place? Can I bash a place?
Well, yeah. I don't know if I was intending to bash a place, but as much fun as just poking fun of a place.
Well, I tell you what, I hate Lowe's.
Oh,
with a passion.
Well, I believe you and Donald are going to have some discussions here in a minute. But
yeah, I hate
Go
Lowe's.
ahead.
Oh, it's every time you go in there, it's just.
You hate your Lowe's. How's that?
Huh?
You hate your Lowe's.
No, I've been to several Lowe's, and they're all
I tried,
the same.
Donald. I tried, man.
I've been to 1, 2, 3. I've been to probably about 5 or 6 different Lowe's, and 99.9% of the time, they're all the same. Their customer service sucks. Their product line is not bad, and their price. I'm not hammering their product line, and I'm not hammering their prices. It's mostly their customer service and their people that are in there working there, their product knowledge, because, I mean, these guys are like.
Well, that's what we were talking about a while ago. I thought I was actually going to get that hardware job because I kind of know a little bit something about that. But they're getting ready to put me in electrical. I hope. But
So basically, we're getting a woodworker going to be in the electrical department. So don't be asking Donald any electrical questions.
don't come in there expecting me to tell you what gauge wire to run through your house. It ain't going to happen.
Well, just how much duct tape are you supposed to put on all the connections? I mean, you know, you got the redneck know-how going on. So what's the proper insulation value, the R value of duct tape?
Till it stops melting.
Works for me.
Well, anyway, back to my Lowe's. So the last time I went in Lowe's, which I swore I'd never go in there again, is we had a.
Wait. Hang on. I got to interrupt you 1 second. The views of Russell Clarity against Lowe's do not represent those of the Summers Woodworking Show. Go ahead, continue on. I got you, Brian. I got you covered, baby.
Nor anybody that may be working with them.
Nor any other employees or other affiliates of Lowe's do not share the views of Russell.
So anyway, I go into Lowe's and I needed a hot water heater, but it was my son. It was in his mobile home, so it had to be a specific size, height, and then the connections, the water connections, had to be on the side, not on the top. I could have replumbed it. Don't get me wrong, but my point is I just was going to use the existing stuff there, so I wanted a Mac. Well, my favorite store, Home Depot, did not have the water heater. Guess what? Lowe's did. So I'm like, oh great, I got to go to Lowe's. I hate that place anyway. So I go to Lowe's. So I get there and I go to the hot water heaters and I'm looking for that particular one and I don't seem to find it. So there's nobody in there in the plumbing department. So I have to go find somebody. They have to call. So they finally send somebody over and I ask him, I'm looking for this specific hot water heater. He has no clue. He doesn't work in plumbing, and the guy that works in plumbing is not there right now. He had to he's on break or lunch. I don't remember where the heck he was, but anyway. So they call another person in. The other person don't know where it is. Well, to make a long story short, or try to make this story short, I finally find the water heater. So now I'm wanting to make sure it's the exact one that I need because I'll be dang if I want to take it all the way home and open the box and find out, guess what? The the water outlets are not where I wanted them. So again, another person comes up and it's not the person that supposedly looks in plumbing or works in plumbing, and they have no clue. And so this goes back and forth. So finally I'm getting very, very frustrated. So I pull out my pocket knife, start cutting the box open right in the middle of Lowe's. So this lady comes walking down the aisle and she goes, whoa, wait just 1 second. What are you doing? I said, look, I've been waiting here for like 35 minutes waiting to try to find out some information on this damn hot water heater. And there ain't none of y'all in here know anything. And I said, so I'm going to find out the information that I need to find out for myself to see if I want to buy it. So I keep right on cutting. So she goes and she gets somebody else. She goes and finally the guy that shows up that is supposed to be in the plumbing department know all this stuff. So he finally arrives and everything. And just out of curiosity, I asked him, I said, do you know where the outlets are on this and where they're about located and blah, 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 blah. He had no clue either. He had no clue. So guess what? I cut the box open, found out they were in the place where I wanted them to be. And I put it on the cart and I left and went out of there swearing to God I'll never go back to Lowe's because I hate that place. So anyway, it's just even the guy that worked in plumbing had no clue as to what they can't make that much less, or they got to pay about the same amount of money that the people at Home Depot do. Their customer service people in Home Depot. But I swear to God, the Home Depot people are 10 times more smarter than anybody that works at Lowe's.
Well, see, it's like with me. If I do get that job in electrical, I'm actually going to try and do a little bit of research.
Yeah, I guarantee you that none of these people are doing it because they're making probably minimum. And I'm not faulting them. Don't get me wrong. It's just if they put you in the plumbing department and you're supposed to be there and you're supposed to have knowledge of what's in the plumbing department, by God, that's supposed to be your job. And so, the guy looks at you and says, oh, I don't know. I'm like, I love Home Depot. That's another thing. I can go in Home Depot, and I don't have that problem of the Home Depots I went into. So I don't know what the difference is about who they're hiring, but they're darn sure there's a big difference.
We got one of each here in Denton, and they're both pretty good. Now, the little hardware store here in town, it's not even really a gripe, but the only thing I have to say about them is you can't walk in the door without somebody wanting to take you to something.
Yeah.
And I bought enough of these. I know where they're at, and you don't want to be rude, but at the same time, no, I'll be happy. No, we're good. Somebody else, I know the two things I'm coming in here for, but
we've got one
then
here in Lakeland, which is it's an Ace Hardware, and it's also called Crowder Brothers. It's a store. If you have anything in your home that is broke and it needs a part, as far as plumbing, electrical, lighting, any kind of stuff, appliances, you go there and I guarantee you 99.9% of the time they got it. I mean, they got just everything, every kind of sink, faucet, and washer, and they got springs. They've got a wall that's got to be 15 foot long, 8 or 9 foot high of nothing but just little drawers of nothing but springs, from as big as the tail of an ant all the way up to 3 foot long. I mean, they got every kind of spring you can imagine.
Yeah, we got a place here, a little small store, Max Hardware. Now, it's a small store, and they don't got that much stuff in there. But what they got is everybody who works there, as soon as you walk through the door, they want to know if they can help you. But if you ask them a question, they know the answer, and they know exactly where that part is in the store and where they go and get it for you and bring it right up to the cashier for you. So they are very knowledgeable. But yeah, it's a small store. I wish Max's was bigger. But one thing I like about Max when I go in there, when I was a kid, I was raised up on a Pacific soft drink, knee-high peach. Yeah. I don't know if y'all ever had a knee-high, but you got to get a knee-high peach. I can go to Max's and get me a knee-high peach at any time. And I do. Every time I go there, that's one soda I do drink. I get it all the time. Love it.
I used to love knee-high cream soda.
Yeah, they got that too, and also it's great.
One thing is curious about, back to that little place, Crowder Brothers Hardware. You know that it's good is when you go to Home Depot or that other place that I talked about that I hate, that's kind of blue instead of orange. You go there and you ask them if they have something, and they say, no, we don't carry that, but you can go to Crowder Brothers, they'll have it. The Home Depot and the other place will tell you that. You can go to Crowder Brothers, they got it.
Well, at least they let you know that,
Yes, they will. They'll tell you.
A lot of customer service folks won't even do that anymore.
Well, they'll tell you, go to Crowder Brothers, they got it. They'll have it.
But we've got the same kind of issues in the truck industry too. It's finding skilled people that you can, for lack of a better term, leave alone. There's a lot of guys that in shops you go into and you assume that there's a basic level of understanding about lefty loosey, righty tighty, and 5 minutes, 10 minutes into a teardown on something, and you're working with them, you realize not so much with the obviousness, because what? No. Then you got to start messing with them and sending them to the parts room for various things that don't exist. So, but that's fun in and of itself. But
with the retail part of it, as far as Lowe's and Home Depot, any store like a grocery chain, whatever, the company gives you so few hours to train these people before you have to set them out on their own. So I mean that comes into play there too. So.
Yeah, I get onto my kids anytime we go to. It doesn't matter where the drive-through is. if we stop anywhere and order from the head of a clown any kind of food, and it's not, the ordering experience isn't going well, and they start talking trash in the back, I start yelling at them, shut up. Unless you've ever worked a drive-through, you don't know how good those headphones are, and so you don't know what else being heard inside the store. And I remember working at a Whataburger when I was in high school, and I could hear a lot of stuff inside a car, and that may have affected the quality of the food just a little bit, but statute of limitations has probably run out on admitting that, so we're okay.
That's so bad.
I may have dropped a pickle or two, but nothing that I probably wouldn't have eaten if
That's what you call seasoned, and you charge 10 cents extra.
There you go. That's upcharge.
So what we used to do.
Okay, well, we have learned something very valuable tonight. So if we ever have a woodworking party that we all get together, Shannon Fargo is not the cook.
Well, just make sure I eat it first.
Because if he drops the pickle, he's going to wash it off and recook it.
365 degrees kills anything.
If I'm eating it, it's going to be all right. Or it's at worst case, it's not, and I'm just seeing if you're going to eat it too. Because I could do that. I've been known to do that kind of thing too. Lead by poor example. Hey, tequila will make you do all kinds of stuff. So, all right.
Tequila even
Mitch,
makes
you snuck in on us here.
Off.
That's why I don't drink when I'm on the air. So.
You haven't ever heard that song, Tequila Make Her Take Her Clothes Off?
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
I've seen that song.
All right, let Mitch say hi real quick then.
Hey guys, what's up? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Cool. Yeah, I'm Mitch. MitchMakes.com.
Mitch.
Enjoy the show. Bye, Shelly.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Be honest, Mitch, we ain't been drinking nothing.
All of a sudden, he's like, I'm going into a tunnel. Logging off.
Who's that redneck looking dude?
You got a little uncomfortable. Show me on the doll where Donald was going to touch you.
Honest, I ain't been drinking nothing tonight.
I ain't coming back till March, so I'm good. We're going to let it rip.
I can't really say that. I had a 5-hour energy shot a couple hours ago.
Oh, boy.
You can ricochet a rabbit by the time the show's over. All right, so we raked on various companies. Maybe we need to turn it around and give a attaboy to, everybody but Russell give an attaboy to Lowe's real quick.
Well, to speak good about Lowe's, they are fixing to hire a good friend of mine.
I hope.
A woodworker in an electricity department, but at least they can hire him.
I hope they're watching tonight.
They're hiring him, so that already talks about their decision-making practices. So
I was gonna say something like that. I was gonna say, yeah, they're hiring Donald. That's another reason I hate Lowe's.
Sorry.
They have a shocking revelation.
Sometimes the joke just floats right by you, and you got to take a swing at it. Sorry about that.
I gotta say, he needs this job because have you been watching his Facebook posts lately? The man needs this job.
I've almost become concerned about him, but
Hey, I got a bone to pick with Donald, by the way. He posted something today about my singing, and then he sings that song on the road again. This man has been banned in 50 states because they think his voice is obscene, yet he says something about my singing? Give me a break.
Delivery that little bit on
Yeah, you couldn't carry a tune in a bucket, dude.
It was eastbound and down.
Okay, whatever. That's how bad it was. I couldn't even know what it was.
He wrecked the song so bad, it was another name.
Walmart won't even hire Donald to be a door greeter. So,
Hey, dude, I was picking on your beard too, and I ain't even got that to pick on.
Oh, the beard, it holds its own. I ain't worried about the beard. It was my singing that I took offense to.
Oh, boy.
Trust me, you are not the only one that takes offense to that singing.
Hey, I sing good. I know I do. I used to do karaoke. I used to have people request me to sing all the time.
Where'd they carry you to?
Karaoke, not carry me.
I get requested karaoke. It's just to stop.
I get requests to sing tenor 12 miles down the road.
You sing Bear the Tone. We can hardly bear the tone.
Oh, y'all crazy.
Lord, this woodworking show has gone downhill fast.
You know, either that or Donald sings solo. Solo, we can't hear you.
I can see Brian now. Okay, he's not being on next week. He's not being on next week.
Is this going to be James and Mitch next week?
Donald knows I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Donald is, yeah, I love Donald. He's a good guy.
He is. I like him.
Steve French posted a thing picking on himself a little bit, and I was like, okay. He's talking about Russ. Let's talk about Russ. Let's go to it.
Yeah, he's the one that started that. So I'll have to get his butt. But he lives close enough I can drive to his house. He's only about 15, maybe 20 minutes at the most away from me. So I can drive to his house and take care of his butt.
Well, I'm only a day or so drive.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Steve French has posted, Donald's going to get sawdust, lots of sawdust in his stocking this year.
Oh, my.
Well, all of it comes with a couple of 2x4s that work.
Yeah, what Steve is talking about is, what he was talking about is last night is we went, me and him went out, and man, that guy, I swear, he wore a path on the wood floor finish going back and forth to the bathroom. He went so many times.
I wonder what he meant by that. He got said his bladder's like a peach and yours like a water buffalo.
Yeah, I was sitting there going like, dude, I'm like, wow, but that's what he was talking about. So it was like he was constantly having to go to the bathroom. I don't know what he did previous during that day, but he was definitely trotting back and forth.
Did you get him all excited or something?
I don't know. Well, we did go to an establishment that might have been part of the problem. I think we did go to Hooters. So
there you go. All right.
Maybe that's what it was.
They allowed Steve French inside Hooters?
Yeah. Because I took him in there. I mean, they asked me if I could bring him in, or I asked him if I could bring him in. They said yes. So I took him in.
He had an adult with him. He could go in.
Sorry, Steve.
I know. I'm going to get hate mail now, but, you know.
Sorry, Steve. I love you, Steve.
Note to self, do not go to Hooters with Russell.
And then we went to Hooters last night. And guess what they had on the big screen? The Dallas, Minnesota game last night. We were sitting there watching it, and I said, I guarantee that Charles Deering is sitting there biting his fingernails, because that was a really good game, really kind of close game. And I said, old Charles Deering is sitting there biting his fingernails over that game. Those of you who don't know, Charles Deering is a Dallas fan.
Huge.
Dallas Cowboys. By the way, Dallas Cowboys suck, Charles.
And it says it on Brian's show.
Man.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, look, Russell got disconnected accidentally. Oh, my goodness.
They have of those of you who do not follow football, they have I think after last night's game, they're 11-1, 1 loss. So they're kicking butt and taking names this year.
That's because they set down Romo. Anyway.
Yeah.
I know. Charlie's even cussing at me now, but, you know, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? Drive up here and get me?
Yeah,
come on.
He's got a lot farther to drive to get me.
Yeah, but you guys have made out, so it's different.
Yeah, we have these little love spats every once in a while.
I mean, that was that loud? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I see Steve Frenchie's over there, and he was trying. I think he's trying to explain to everybody over there in the chat. But yeah, we went to the woodworking club. We have the first Thursday of every month.
Who's at the woodworking club?
No, hold on. Let me explain. The first Wednesday of every month, or the first Thursday of every month, is our woodworking club meeting. We went to that, and after we got out, Steve begged me to run over to Hooters with him, and so I told him I didn't want to, but it's hard seeing a grown man cry, so I finally broke down and went with him over to Hooters. So that's where we were after the woodworking club.
Twisted your arm.
I got home about midnight. My wife called me a party animal because that's like the first time I've been out like that in years. Trust me.
Well, since last December.
Yeah, probably. It's probably been longer than that. Usually by 9 or 9:30 at night, I'm in bed watching TV, and by 10 o'clock, I'm usually gone. So for me to stay up to midnight, yeah, that was pretty exceptional.
I can see Russ now just checking to make sure there's no Hooter sauce in his beard.
He's got 16 wet naps at the table. No, I had to go Diet Orange. That's the new thing, you know. Oh.
we stopped by.
Topic. But what would you guys make with 300 chopsticks?
Oh, one giant one.
Anyone else?
I think I'd make shish kebabs.
The popsicle house?
We've done the bridge. My kids going through high school, one of the science classes where they talk about strength and stuff. We've glued 3 of mine have done it already. I've still got 1 to go, but yeah, they've all built a popsicle, or not a popsicle, but a toothpick bridge.
Yeah.
But you know, that's me watching them going, oh no, I got a 2x4. We can do this quick and easy.
Jimmy, you say you're gonna build some of those chopsticks?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna build a skateboard deck.
Skateboard deck?
Yeah.
Now, how many bags of chopsticks you got?
I got 3 of them, but there's 100 in each. I'm probably gonna buy more.
I think for a real skateboard deck.
Yeah, a real skateboard.
I think you're gonna need more chopsticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think any epoxy or glue?
Epoxy.
How much a bag of those cost?
It was like $3.50 a piece.
That's not
That's
bad.
not bad.
You got more
Should be
patience than I do, my friend.
You could even build a skateboard to go with it then. Out of chopsticks.
A chopstick wheel.
I was actually even thinking about gluing a few of them together and making a pen blank or something out of it. The skateboard.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool.
I wouldn't even have thought about that.
So you gonna film that one?
Nice.
How about a chopstick serving tray?
Yeah.
That should be nice looking.
But you can have Chinese food on it then.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't put them all bunched up. Like, make a little tray that you pour your potsy in and set the chopsticks in there nice and even. Put some going the other way, but not bunched up, but in there where it looks nice. And then fill it with epoxy. I think it'll look pretty cool.
Are you gonna write General Tso's chicken on the bottom, Jimmy?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Hang some
What else is anyone else working on?
Oh, getting ready for Christmas. I've got a whole list of different things for the market. The last 2 we're going to do at the mall, and got to get going on it. But then Brian said, hey, can you do the show? And I said, yeah, I'll goof off tonight. So, oops. I got to get busy.
Yeah, I'm working on a video for that meat mallet I did. I think I'm going to make it my meat mallet holiday special. because it's turning out to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, for the ones who was expecting Matt Haas to be doing the show, he canceled a couple of hours ago saying somebody had to do something with his family that came up at the last minute and he couldn't get out of it. So, yeah, that's why we made Shannon Fargo take control.
I don't think anybody watching this show is under the impression there's any control, but I appreciate the vote of confidence.
I'm pretty sure they realized that boat was sailed a little while ago, about 5 minutes into it.
Well, if anybody's ever watched me on here before, they know. Probably like 3 different people chimed in and said, "Oh, no, that's not that guy. No. We'll come back next week." But that's okay. They clicked on the button. I got the view. So
You got the redneck up there too? Oh, heck no.
They're all here to see Mom.
I don't think so. I don't think not tonight. Tonight's kind of a wild card, isn't it? Seems like a wild card night.
They want to see Mom on Twitter.
That's right. I need to look that up. So what was it? I was supposed to say Mom tweets or Mom Tweeter? What was it, Shannon?
Mom knows Twitter or Mom on Twitter or
I should look
Mom
it up.
on Twitter.
Mom on Twitter. I'll look
It had to have been Mom on Twitter because that's what got my attention.
because I've got Mom knows tweet.
Yes, well,
but
yeah. So back to that lack of control.
So what are y'all making for Christmas? Anyone have any cool projects coming up for Christmas?
I have a jewelry box and a train and several pens and a cradle and I left a list out in the shop, thankfully.
Wow,
Dang,
you do
John,
have a
you've been
list,
busy.
John.
And I haven't started any of them yet.
You haven't started. Your wish
There's no
list.
sense of waiting till the last minute.
Oh.
Don't forget to hit that record button.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get a couple of my video anyway.
I was thinking about making a computer desk for my daughter, but I better get on it if I'm going to do it.
What kind of desk? I mean, you said computer desk, obviously, but I mean, what from? I guess I should have asked.
Well, this year she's getting a laptop, so I'm thinking just an open style desk. We'll see.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna make a fur type of blanket.
A fur blanket?
Yeah, like a bearskin blanket, but it'll just be some of that fake fur stuff they sell at the material store.
I like that.
Yeah, that sounds really pretty cool. Yeah.
I have to admit, when you said fur, I was thinking like pine. How do you make the pine?
Oh, like Douglas fir.
Douglas fir.
Douglas fir.
You know, yeah.
Well, you could whittle down to little fibers.
Well, that's what I was wondering. You know, and how thin do you have to veneer that to make it flexible?
Soak it in
like
some fabric softener and just rub over it with a brush after you got it shaved down. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
I actually have got one little project I've got, and this may not make any. Oh crap! There it goes. I have to make a cutting board for her cousin, and she sent me a request with, and I don't. Well, I don't really have the fancy router to get in there and get routed out. So, and she wants it end grain. So I have to make a cutting board with an N in the middle of it.
Pick it up.
And so,
Pick it up.
What's
I
that?
guess what you're talking about.
well, I'm getting ready to, but I have to show my chicken scratch. Can you see there? And so I mapped out sort of, and I do a lot of it on this grid paper because I don't know if anybody else does that or not. But so I went through and figured out what, what pieces have got to be what. because I can work with 45-degree angles. Well, it'll be 44.9 or 45.1. It won't be actually 45 because I can't cut a 45, but I can work with a 0.1 or a 0.9.
And what do you use to make those angles with? How do you know you're doing a 0.9?
I've got the little digital gauge, the Harbor Freight digital gauge that magnetizes to your saw blade.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, but my table saw, I found out why I got such a good deal on my table saw. I bought it used from a place. They build those big spools that you see for like power companies, the big wooden spools.
Yep.
And the guy buys just a bunch of them all at once, and they set them up all across the shop in a station, and each saw does a cut, and then everything gets passed to the next saw, which does the second cut, and that way there's people just all day long. And
assembly line.
And deal on it because it's probably wore out, and so it doesn't matter how many times I've got it set.
Yep.
You there?
I think his internet's acting up again. I think I know what he's talking about. It doesn't matter how many times you get it set. It's wore and it's going to remove itself from that.
Yeah, when I first started up my YouTube channel, I was using a little garage sale table saw I bought down the road, and that thing wasn't whatsoever.
I don't even think he realized he wasn't there.
Okay.
Did I freeze up again?
Yeah. You was talking about.
I was pouring my heart out. I was confessing to the world.
Now you talking about it, and all these tables all split up. One time
was a tender
moved on, and then it froze.
All we call
well, you know,
heart.
I'll be darned. Well, that's all I have to say about that then.
It wasn't important anyway.
No. It was only the weirdest board I've ever tried to build. So, you know, there you go. But,
well, you want to talk about something important then. Yeah. Tell me about that little munchkin you got. How's she doing?
Oh, she's 2 months old now, and she is a turd. I love her. She has realized that all she has to do is grunt and cry, and the world comes to her.
A pawpaw runs.
Yeah. Funny little story. I don't know. When my daughter was having her, she got the thing in the back that's supposed to block the pain. But the button, you know, like any of those, something like a morphine drip, we'll call it that, even though it's probably not what it was. But, you know, you only get so many pushes of the button in a given amount of time.
Yes.
And so she'd hit the button and the light goes off on the button itself. And so it's laying there on the IV rack, and, you know, she's bearing down. It's a moment. And all of a sudden, out of the corner of her eye, she sees that light come on the button. And just in the middle, it stops and just goes, "Oh, pass it." It just struck us all as funny because, I mean, she switched out of that pain mode to get the button that quick. So that's been our running gag. Anytime we come around, whoever's got the baby and you want the baby, it's, "Oh, pass it." And so
right out of that pain mode into drugs.
Yeah, I mean, it was the funniest thing, I mean, that I'd seen at the time, because it was pretty quick. But yeah, we walk around the house and just, you know, it's pass it. So I don't know if she's set in her little bouncy seat or the little battery swing or anything like that for longer than time to go to the bathroom. That's about it. So, but it's first grandbaby. What are you gonna do? You know.
That's it. Yeah.
How old is she?
She just turned 2 months on Thursday.
Oh, she'll start taking more to the bouncy stuff later on.
Yeah.
Quite old. Yeah.
Well, she's starting to get more interactive.
She got a pawpaw wrapped around that little finger right there, and
yes,
just yanks it, and he comes a running.
I've seen. I keep trying to see if this RZ Mask company can make the tiny little one. You know. so she can come out to the shop with me. I'll put little safety glasses on her and little steel-toed diaper. I'm not afraid. Well, you know, it's got to be an OSHA-approved diaper. She's going to be out in the workshop. I mean, I'm not like an evil maniac at her.
You bring that baby out in that workshop, her mama's going to kick your butt.
Well, she's been out here a time or two, but not while we're doing anything. But her day will come. You know, I've been thinking because they've got those bouncy. You put them in the doorway. It comes down to a little bouncy seat, and I've got open beams above here in the shop. I'm thinking it'd be pretty easy to attach one. And,
I think Donald still has his. He plays with it.
Yeah, but we know let's not get into that one because woo.
They don't want to go there.
It's a PG-rated show. But yeah, that's
Mom don't want Shane to go there.
Mom don't want to know. Yeah. So.
Well, I can tell you about some movies. Just saying.
I had to ask Shane today what you meant about when it snows, Donald, you don't want your bedroom door open. I'm like, what does the bedroom door have to do with snow, Shane? I don't understand.
My roommate hates snow.
Okay.
And the only thing I care about winter is snow. I don't mind it being cold if there's snow on the ground. If there's no snow on the ground, there ain't no sense in it being 20 below outside.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be praying for snow.
Okay.
She'd be talking about killing me.
Oh. Okay.
So the first time the snow falls, I got to lock my bedroom door to keep her out.
I
come in there with the axe.
Okay. We figured she was going to grab some of the snow and make snowballs and whip them at you when you're in your bed or something like that.
No, actually, she did say that we were sitting on the front porch and she said something about it being cold or whatever. I said something about snow. And she said, when it snows, I'm going to wait till you go to sleep and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get a big hand and I'm going to smush it right in your face.
Oh, boy. Okay, I get it now. I get it. Yep.
All righty. We have been all over the place tonight.
Yeah.
So James Mitch, I'm sorry. That's what you get when I'm I got the button back here. So oops. I'm sure next week we'll be back to something a little more entertaining and perhaps even more educational and
at least something to do with wood.
You know, something.
Woodworking.
We talked about Lowe's. I had to do with wood.
All right. So, but anyway, so we'll wrap it up here, and well, if anybody comes back next week, we'll see you then. All right.
Good night, everybody. Y'all have a good
Good night,
time.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting up with us.
Hope
Yeah.
we entertained you for a little bit.